I wasn't going to make another Hogwarts Legacy video today, but I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist this one because exactly what a lot of us said was going to happen is now starting to happen. This is why some outlets didn't get advanced review copies, by the way, because they didn't want the game to get review bombed. Isn't it funny, that word, review bombing? A lot of outlets, like Wired, for example, this is important. Wired has put out articles about how Captain Marvel was, quote, review bombed. It's so awful when the plebs don't like something and give it bad reviews, right? It's an awful thing. And then they go ahead and review bomb Hogwarts Legacy, because I don't know what other thing you can say that this is, because this is not a review. This is the writer pouring hatred, with a hard-on, by the way, towards JK Rowling. There is no review of Hogwarts Legacy in here. Oh, also, the game is now being called anti-Semitic. Just wanted to throw that out there. They're now calling the developers bigots. People who did nothing wrong. Review, there is no magic in Hogwarts Legacy. The game is mid at best. And its real-world harms are impossible to ignore. What is the score you think this game got? Comment below and then press play if you would like to. What you think, and then update what it actually was. Because right here, the author says the game is mid at best. What would mid be? 5? 5? 6? 4 maybe? No. A 1 out of 10.
You serious?
That would mean this is one of the worst games ever made. Just listen to the opening paragraph. Yikes, y'all. I don't even smoke, and I feel like I need a cigarette before I get this thing started. We're here to talk about Hogwarts Legacy, and to do that, we need to discuss the whole mess. Pull up a chair, pour yourself some tea, wrap yourself in a blanket, scream into a pillow, because this one's going to take a lot out of both of us. This person should not have reviewed this game. There's no journalistic integrity here. Though, to be fair, there hasn't been any journalistic integrity in gaming media for some time. So it's hard to fault them for this. But this is review bombing. Giving this game a 1 out of 10. And I doubt that this author even played the damn game, to be honest, after reading this. And if the author did, it was maybe 2 to 3 hours of the game, and that's it. There's barely any talk about the game. It's all crying about JK Rowling, and that's not a game review. However, doesn't matter. This 1 out of 10 is going to affect the score over on Metacritic, and that's just a fact. So this is review bombing, which they claim to not do. When are the articles going to be written about this? They won't be. They never call themselves out for this shit. And that's bullshit. But they're going to get away with it. How can you say this is a 1 out of 10 and keep a straight face and submit that review when most reviews, just from critics, are good? But then you have this, like Data Zuma says, repetitive and boring child's game. Avoid at all costs if you don't want to be disappointed. So they're already kind of review bombing it here. You can see it. Like most people that gave the game an honest review, despite their stupid JK Rowling disclaimers, still were honest that the game is good. The game is good. It is not a 1 out of 10. That's a joke. User scores, 9.1. People like this game. There's some negatives in here. That's the nail biters in here crying about the game. That's these reviews mostly. There's still some legit people that didn't like the game, and that's a fact. But overwhelmingly, most people like it. The reviews speak for themselves. I mean, I could sit here and just make a whole video reading the good reviews that people have on here. I'll just read one. Amazing game that I have always dreamed of playing growing up, and now it's finally here. That's really a good kind of summary of how a lot of people that are Harry Potter fans feel about this game. And at the end of the day, Harry Potter fans are the target audience of this game. Sure, there's some people here that, don't like it and just get into it because it's a good game. And even they're enjoying it. Heel vs. Babyface has been streaming this game, and he rather enjoys it. And he's only seen the first couple of movies. And I think before this started, he didn't see any of the movies. He started watching them to prepare for this game, and now he's a Harry Potter fan. This game's making fans of the material, too. But you've got these people with no journalistic integrity, none whatsoever. This person should not have reviewed this game if they cannot separate how they feel about JK Rowling and then give an honest review of this game, because this is not an honest review of this game. To say it has no magic is a joke. No heart. There's a lot of heart in this game. You can tell. You can tell that they had a lot of love for this series. Let me show you how far in this review you have to go down before the author even starts talking about the game. Look at this. Look at this. I think it starts right here, actually. She starts talking about, I can't even find it. But it's, I think, yeah, right here. This is it. So it's almost over. I want to show you right here. We're over halfway mark on this article. That's where the game finally starts to get talked about. The story, besides being rooted in anti-Semitism, doesn't even feel compelling. It feels muddy, a minefield of unanswered questions and unexplained motivations. And speaking of which, the characters are often flat out state their motivations, and they don't feel believable or even particularly coherent. It says it's Hogwarts, but it doesn't feel like Hogwarts. Even despite the controversy around Rowling herself, the game feels like it was put together to tap the eager nostalgia of fans without any attention to making it actually worth playing. It feels just like Hogwarts Castle, actually. This is what's crazy to me. For that reason alone, I can't in good conscience recommend spending your money on it. Combined with who this game helps and who it harms, well, it's definitely not worth unless your goal is to cause harm. This is a familiar problem, though. It's one we see in the latest Wizarding World films as well. Then it talks about the new movies. where there's nothing in here about the damn game. I don't think this person even played the game. I don't think that this author, Gianna Gray, I don't think she played the game. And I think she was just looking for attention, because if you go to her Twitter, you see it. I'm not going to go to the Twitter. On there gloating about giving the game a bad review. Gloating about review bombing. Would it be funny is I predict in the future this person will write an article about fans review bombing something. Let's just go full circle with the hypocrisy. I don't think this person played the game at all. In fact, I would be willing to bet money that this person never played the game at all. But that's good enough for a review that basically bitches about JK Rowling the entire article and talks about the movies, the new movies being bad. But that's 1 out of 10. Anyway, look, this game is actually pretty good. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. I like the movies a lot. I have all of the movies in 4K Blu-ray. I've watched the movies tons of times. I've never read the books. But I consider myself a basic Harry Potter fan, if you will, because I like the movies. I'm enjoying the game. Most people are enjoying the game. If you're going to read reviews on this game, be very careful, because this is not a review. This is a cope in an anger fest. Don't go by critic reviews on this one. Go to YouTubers. Go to people that you know that are real people that review these games, and go by them. Even the IGN review and some of the other advanced reviews that came out were actually pretty good, except for their little disclaimers and copes about JK Rowling. It's a good game. And the developers don't deserve what's happening here. This is crazy to me. Like, you're saying that this game is rooted in anti-Semitic tropes? That comes off as libel to me. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my locals and my Rumble, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.